for better. Some of the strongest voices for improvement have arisen from the mesmerizing hamlets of Kashmir. This special day is indeed a necessity to celebrate every woman's achievement in all aspects of life. It is indeed these brave daughters of Kashmir that are working relentlessly in creating a gender parity. Each and every one of you sitting here today is a warrior in herself, winning one battle at a time with her never dying attitude, making her a force to reckon with. Whether she's a teacher, a homemaker, a journalist, an economist, an engineer, a woman in uniform, or even a young student, she makes society a better place. With her infinite strength and determination, she is strong enough to shatter the shackles of orthodoxy, rising above these societal hurdles every single day. On behalf of Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey, GOC 15-4, we extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you to celebrate the International Women's Day, to commemorate the effort of resilient Kashmiri women. The themes and schedule for the event today is flashed before you. The speakers today would be addressing the audience on the struggles of our women, shattering the stereotypes, fighting the years of abuse, and coming out as heroes of their community, and how, with the dawn of digital era, media has contributed immensely to empowerment of women. The speakers are requested to please adhere to the timings. There will be a bell rung 1 minute before their stage time ends. So without further delay, let's open today's stage. It is rightly said that there is no greater pillar of society than a strong, independent, free, and educated women. They are the real architects of society. To share her views on the first topic, education and women, we have among us today Dr. Nilofer Bhatt. Dr. Bhatt is principal of Government Degree College, Langate. As educationalist, she is an inspiration for women of Mawar and Langate region. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Nilofer Bhatt.
वजूद जन से है आयनात में रंग इसी के साज से है जिंदगी का सोजेदार. A very good morning, dear hand and globe. It gives me immense pleasure to be the part of this auspicious occasion. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that every day should be dedicated to the celebration of womanhood. The theme that has been chosen for this promising day is breaking the bias. It has its sign also, the breaking the bias. Imagine a gender, equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. A world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where difference is valued and celebrate it, and only then collectively we can all break the bias. Only then we can collectively break the bias in our workplace, schools, colleges, and universities. International Women's Day is the day that is specially dedicated to women for praising them for their tremendous efforts that they put in for the society. Presence of women has such a strong impact in everyone's life that this world would have not been possible without them. Each feminine that is born has the inherited traits, women traits, in herself. The special feeling of care, affection, love, and whatnot. A famous African proverb. If you educate a man, you educate an individual only. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. States the importance of education for women in society. Education helps in generating awareness among women about their legal, social, political, and economical rights. The privileges to fight against all sorts of social discriminations. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are here with, as everybody knows it, that we every year we celebrate this Women's Day. Lectures भी देते हैं, exhibitions भी करते हैं, pledges भी लेते हैं, बहुत सारी बातें करते हैं. क्या पूरे साल हम उन पे पूरे उतरते हैं, खरे उतरते हैं? क्या हम वो promises पूरे करते हैं? आज का जो थीम है, breaking the bias. Breaking the bias means कि जो भी prejudices है regarding the women, regarding the girls in our society, we have to break it. And how we can break it? We can break it by showing the interest in the education field, in other fields. अगर मैं अपने बारे में, चूंकि टाइम बहुत कम है, टाइम बहुत कम दिया गया है हमें, अगर अपने बारे में मैं बोलूं, मैं बारामूला के एक टाउन से, मैं भी आप सब लोग जानते होंगे बारामूला. बारामूला एक छोटा सा टाउन है, इतना बड़ा नहीं है. I started my education from there, और it was 88-89 जब मैंने ग्रेजुएशन जो है अपनी पूरी. उसके बाद फैमिली फाइनेंशियली it was okay. My father was an engineer and my mother, she was totally an illiterate. But जो भी मैं इधर आपके सामने खड़ी हूँ आज उसी की वजह. It's because of her. It's because of her. वो भी एक औरत थी, ऊपर से पढ़ी लिखी नहीं थी, लेकिन उन्होंने जो है मेरे लिए बहुत कुछ किया. अभी एक क्लास में मैं एग्जाम देती थी तो दूसरे क्लास की वो किताबें लाती थी. वो वेट नहीं करती थी कि मेरा रिजल्ट आए. तभी मैं कहती मम्मा रिजल्ट आने दो, नहीं आप इनका कवर करो, पढ़ो, देखो, समझो इनको. उसके बाद फैमिली में जो है थोड़ा सा बाहर लड़कियों को नहीं जाने देते थे. तब it was 88-89 90. तो बाहर नहीं जाने देते थे, इतना कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था कि बाहर लड़कियां पढ़ने के लिए जाए. बट मेरा सब्जेक्ट ही ऐसा था, आई एम द स्टूडेंट ऑफ साइकोलॉजी, सो मेरा सब्जेक्ट ही ऐसा था, इंटरेस्ट था उस सब्जेक्ट में कि यूनिवर्सिटी में जो है, यूनिवर्सिटी में तब ये डिपार्टमेंट नहीं था कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी। सो कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी में मैंने अप्लाई किया पॉलिटिकल साइंस और एजुकेशन के लिए, एंड अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैं सिलेक्ट भी हुई, लेकिन मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं था। तो मेरे फादर, हम लोग चूंकि 5 बहनें थी, तो शायद उनके लिए बहुत ही मुश्किल था ये डिसीजन लेना कि इसको बाहर भेजे ना भेजे, बट माय मदर टुक अ स्टेप, नहीं इसको भेजना है, इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ हर कि मैं अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी चली फॉर माय पीजी, और मैंने अपना पीजी जो है वहाँ से शुरू। आफ्टर डूइंग माय पीजी आई डिड माय एमफिल, देन पीएचडी, देन साथ साथ मैंने डिप्लोमा इन बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन IIMS दिल्ली से। हर्डल्स आती है, मेरे सामने भी बहुत सारे आए, कभी फाइनेंशियल, कभी सपोर्ट की वजह से। मुझे तो ये लगता है अगर मेरी मदर, क्योंकि इफ वी टुक हर एज अ विमेन, वो उसने कैसे किया मेरे साथ, मतलब मेरे पीछे कैसे खड़ी रही, क्योंकि मेरे फादर का ये सोच थी कि 12th क्वालिफाई किया तो शादी कर लेंगे, लेकिन उन्होंने इस सोच को जो है चेंज कर दिया। उन्होंने कहा नहीं, अगर इसका इंटरेस्ट है शी शुड गो अहेड, हमें इसको रोकना नहीं। एंड व्हाटएवर आई एम, वो भी पढ़ी लिखी नहीं थी, पढ़ी लिखी नहीं थी, उसको पता नहीं था। जब मैं छुट्टियों में आती थी तो पैसा इकट्ठा करके रखती थी कि ये आपके जेब खर्च के लिए, थोड़ा थोड़ा सा पैसा जमा करके रखती थी कि ये आपके जेब खर्च के लिए, आप ले लीजिए। मेरे पीएचडी करने के बाद भी उन्होंने बोला कि अब आप और पढ़ो, ऐसे नहीं, अब मुझे जॉब करनी है। देन आई अप्लाई फॉर बीएससी एंड आई वाज सिलेक्टेड। पहले इंटरव्यू में सिलेक्शन हो गई। स्टार्टेड माय जर्नी फ्रॉम वीमेंस कॉलेज बारामूला। So मैंने स्टार्ट किया एज असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, देन एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर, देन last 2 years I'm as working as principal GBCI. मेरे सामने बहुत छोटी छोटी लड़कियां भी बैठी, नो डाउट रुकावटें आती हैं, बहुत ज्यादा आती हैं, लेकिन हमें उन रुकावटों को फेस करना, देखना है कि हम उनसे कैसे निकलेंगे, उन रुकावटों से कैसे निकलेंगे और अपने फ्यूचर को सिक्योर करेंगे। आपको भी मेहनत करनी है, आपको भी आगे बढ़ना है, आपको भी जिंदगी में अपने लिए एक ऐसा मुकाम पाना है जिसको लोग अप्रिशिएट करें। आपको कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ सोसाइटी करना है, सोसाइटी के लिए कुछ ना कुछ तो कंट्रीब्यूट करना ही है, सो दैट आप बहुत अच्छे एक सोशल मेंबर बन जाए सोसाइटी। और सबसे बड़ी बात जो है आजकल के बच्चों में, ये थोड़ा सा शायद आपके इससे हटके है, आपके टॉपिक से है, ब्रेकिंग द बायस, ये जो है पेशेंस जो है, यू नीड द पेशेंस। आजकल बहुत जरूरी है कि आप में पेशेंस को आप बरकरार रखिए, तभी आप अपने आपका जो गोल होगा, आपका जो एम होगा, उसको आप पा सकते। So this is all about my self. Thank you very much.
Very rightly said. It is the exposure to educational opportunities that can provide social advancement and fuel economic growth for the valley. Thank you, Dr. Bhatt, for your views on this topic. Economic dependence on men in extremity can result in suppression of women. The society has realized this, and women over the past few years have achieved formidable success in their workplace by harnessing opportunities for equal education. There are factors that fuel gender disparity in society and resulting in very few women in the elite positions of corporate ladder. This brings us to the next theme, women breaking the bias, shattering the glass ceiling. To speak on this, I would like to call upon stage Ms. Shiraz Malik. Ms. Malik is a successful fitness trainer and a trained paramedic. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Shiraz Malik.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank especially Mr. Vishwas Rao and Mrs. Vishwas Rao sir. Don't pity on me because I'm a single mom. Respect me for having the courage to do it alone, the strength to never give up, and the love to put my child's need before my own. Let's go. Thank you, Chinarpur, for giving me an opportunity to speak in front of this August gathering, and a very warm greetings to everyone on International Women's Day. To begin with, I would like to thank all the women that I have in my life, starting with my mom, who gave me birth, brought me up with the right values, and made me into who I am today. I thank my sisters, my daughter, my friends, and my colleagues who have played an important role in shaping my life. All of them have been guiding lives. Today, as I stand here, I extend my gratitude to all of them, shaping me into a woman I am today. To all the little girls who are watching this, never have any doubt that you're not valuable, you're not powerful. Believe in yourself and believe that you deserve every chance and opportunity in the world to pursue and achieve your own dreams. With the same mantra, I raised my own daughter, Afreen, as a single mom since she was 8. My grit of making my daughter into a strong and independent woman is paying way as she rises further in her career despite the challenge thrown at her from the society and system. She is emerging into a role model of many other Kashmiri girls. There are other young girls who have made a significant mark in Kashmiri society. Girls like Bilkis Mir, who is director in water sports, Captain Samiara, Sadia Tariq, Arifa Jan has made women of Kashmir proud through their endeavor. Today we are here to celebrate International Women's Day with an aim to strengthen them, liberate them, freedom, and to showcase their achievements. United Nations began celebrating this day since 1977. UN also has an institution called UN Women, which is dedicated for women empowerment since 2011. Every year with the different themes at the international level, the UN has been putting all the efforts in pushing women forward. There is a great verse that dates back to our ancient text Manu Simriti, which means that nation that respect women and give them their due rights are the ones who reach heights, and the society who are supposed to tolerate the injustice and the uneven circumstances by men is that remain backward. To celebrate Women's Day without addressing the basic issues, without changing the orthodox system and stop prejudices towards the woman, we will not be able to change much. We still see women being discriminated, subjugated, and treated unequally in our society. They still face partiality, domestic violence, sexual abuse, and gender discrimination. To truly liberate women from these shackles, we need to liberate the mind of the society from such biases and prejudices. यहाँ पर मैं कश्मीर की एक उस बेटी का जिक्र करना चाहूंगी, मशहूर बेटी हमारी बिल्किस मीर, जो रिसेंटली उसने काफी स्ट्रगल किया है इस पोस्ट पे पहुंचने के लिए। रिसेंटली उसको जज के लिए, जो है एशियन गेम्स के जज के लिए मुंतखब किया गया, और रिसेंटली इट्स वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट विद आई थिंक हमारे लिए अभी तक टिल डेट उसको अनफॉर्चुनेटली अभी तक उन्हें मेल डोमिनेटेड एंड इन्फ्लुएंशियल वुमन डोमिनेंट सोसाइटी ने सराहा तक नहीं। 20 दिन हो गए। ये दर्शाता है कि अभी भी हमारे साथ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होता है। What should be done is to cultivate awareness, cultivate respect towards women and their abilities, to motivate them in shaping the society. We all have heard this saying that behind every successful man is a woman. But instead of congratulating them, women are being somebody else's support, we should start saluting them for their own individuality, their own achievements, their own success, and their own rights. Instead of glorifying their sacrifices, we should start moving beyond that. And let's actually try and reduce those sacrifices and pains that they are suffering and going through. Today, on this occasion, let us all take an oath that we will provide all opportunities to women and will ensure gender equality for a sustainable tomorrow. Thank you. Jai Hind.
मोहताज नहीं किसी गुलाब की, मोहताज नहीं किसी गुलाब की, वो तो खुद बागबान है इस कायनात की. Thank you so much, Ms. Shiraz, for sharing your valuable thoughts. Our next speaker is an inspiration in herself. She's a warrior who has worked at significant positions in various MNCs. She had an amazing opportunity to spearhead a startup in Australia as an equal partner. But life had another plan for her. Her late husband, Major Kaustubh Rane, sacrificed his life in Kashmir in 2018, and her world came crashing down. But as a phoenix, she rose, and today she stands between us as an inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Captain Kanika Kaustubh Rane of Singapore.
Yes, sir. May I have permission to do? Yes. Call me a caged bird, and I will show you how to fly. Call me delicate, and I will bloom. Call me weak, and I will show you my strength. Yes, call me a woman, for that is who I am. Women, for historically, have been called the weaker section or the gender of society. But we have grown out of those shackles. Ladies and gentlemen, on this special occasion of International Women's Day, I extend my compliments to each and every woman out there and to the men standing strong behind them. I feel immensely proud to stand here in front of all of you and share my story because I truly believe there is no challenge insurmountable for the better half of society. And this is my story. I am Captain Kanika Kaustubhrai, but that is not my sole identity. I'm also a mother to a 5-year-old handsome boy, a proud wife of a brave heart, Major Kaustubhrani. I am a daughter, a sister, a friend, a colleague, a mentor, and many more. Through various phases of my life, I have turned different caps and I have been successful at it. I will not humble them down for the sake of appearance because I worked hard for it. From a young age, I had discovered that I am an ambitious person. I had laid down intricate plans as what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, and how I'm going to do it to achieve the dreams and goals that I have seen for myself. In fact, in a manner, you can say that I met Major Rane under those plans. I was 20 years old when I met him, and I was extremely impressed by his wit, his charm, and more importantly, the curious mixture of courage, steadfastness, and flamboyance. I was floored. We dated for close to 6 years, and then we got married. We were each other's best friends first, life partners later. He is my source of inspiration, and he is the one behind whom I actually stand. He is my biggest supporter and strongest critique. We have made a very happy place for ourselves, and we were truly content in it. On 7th of August 2018, my husband committed the highest service to his motherland while fighting terrorists in Kashmir. I was lost, I will not deny it. But I had to lock up my grief, throw it into the bottom of my heart, and I had to stand up. I had to stand up for my son, who was nearly 2 years old at that time. I had to stand up for my husband, who could not see even a single shred of sadness on my face. But most importantly, I had to stand up for myself. I was a mother, but I had to raise my son as his father. I had to fulfill the dreams and aspirations that my husband had. And for that, I decided to join Indian Army. In fact, one of the biggest problems which I faced when I thought of joining Indian Army was the condition I had put myself in. Grief makes you a lot of things, and one of things that it is physically weakens. It physically and emotionally weakens you, and at that time when I had decided, I was merely 40 kgs. I had to build myself up. I had to gain my strength back so that I could clear SSB and join Army. Through the motivation that I received from my husband's commanding officer, his brother officers, I cleared my SSP and joined Officers Training Academy, Chennai. And let me tell you, Academy is an unforgiving place. It turns you from a mere common person to an army officer. And for that, it has to rig you, it has to train you. I fell down, I broke my legs, I dislocated my shoulder, I peeled my back, grazed my hands, but every time I fell down, I rose again. Every time I felt like I couldn't do it anymore, I did it. Every time I felt that I am nearing my breaking point, I just realized that there is none. Any breaking point that we feel is just in our heads, it does not really exist. All you need is conviction. The academy taught me the true meaning of the words pride, resilience, confidence, perseverance. My husband was conferred with Sena Medal twice, one for an operation that he had carried out in 2017, and one for his last operation. Unfortunately, both of those Sena medals were received by me, Samson. The first time around, I was an army wife with tears shimmering in my eye because I could not believe that the dream that he had, he could not actually receive it. But the second time around, when I was in academy, when I saw what it truly means to be a soldier, all I had in my mind was the pride. All I had was respect for what my husband had done, and I was extremely proud of him. When those 2 stars descended upon me after completion of my training, I could feel that this bond that I had with my husband only grew stronger. I have come a long way. For a woman who lived a partially privileged life, who took out her car for even a 5-meter walk down the street, this entire feat would have seemed impossible. But I was not that woman anymore. I was not that woman who was serving in multinationals, who was going in AC cabs. I was an army officer now. And I have decided that I will follow my husband's path. I will don the uniform that he has spilled his sweat and blood for, and I will do it with a smile. After getting commissioned, I chose to serve in Kashmir. I chose to serve in the station where my husband served his last. I chose to serve the station my husband fell in love with. Upon reaching over here, I realized that the women in Kashmir, as I can see amongst all of you, they're extremely resilient. They're extremely confident, and the courage they have is just unbound. It's true, it takes a lot of courage to move out of patriarchy, but staying true to your roots. It's true, you need courage to stop to your parents, talk to your family, and I can actually see that reflection in each and every one of you. The passion that all of you have to prove yourself, to move out and to make a name for yourself is truly commendable, and I have nothing but respect for that. That is what we are. As a woman, we have strength in our bones. We have conviction in our heart and fire in our eyes. We can see any unexpected situation with grace. Every time you fall, we need to get up, we need to fight, and we need to fight endlessly. We have extreme passion and potential amongst each of us. All we need is a chance for it to show up. As I stand here and I see all these accomplished women today, I feel so proud. So please embark on your unique journeys because, like I said, there is no challenge insurmountable. Thank you.
कैसे कह दूं कि थक गई हूं मैं, कैसे कह दूं कि थक गई हूं मैं, ना जाने किस किस का हौसला हूं मैं. Truly, no challenge is insurmountable when you have such determination. A huge round of applause for Captain Kanika. Women empowerment is essential for development of the country, and it could not be denied that she has the capacity to change the destiny of a nation. In this tech-savvy digital era, mass media plays a significant role in creating an impact and bringing out the desired change in society. It has a major role in creating awakening in women to achieve their potential as the prime movers for change. This brings us to the next topic, role of media in empowerment of women. And sharing her views on the same, we have among us our next speaker, Ms. Zeenat Fazil. Ms. Zeenat began her career in 1998 as a freelance journalist and editor at Fazil Kashmiri Publications, and later joined South Asia Free Media Association. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Zeenat Fazil.
Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey, distinguished guests, beautiful woman, happy Women's Day. So today I have given a topic about mass media and the role of women here. Oh, it's a tough subject to deal with because when we talk about journalism in Kashmir and then if you are a hardcore reporter and then a female reporter, the path is more difficult. If I remember clearly in early 90s, rather late 90s, women started joining media. There were some columnists, but no full-time working reporters. Although in 90s beginning, English media started emerging, but as usual, there was no space for women in the field because we all know the reasons for it. Because as we all know, by and large, Kashmir is a male-dominated society. And then if you talk about media, it has no calendar. It's not a government office, work schedule is fixed, timing is fixed. Here in media, events, situations determine your work timings. And then parents would never encourage women to be part of media, knowing the political and the security scenario. And then, yes, media does not have an attraction for good earning. You are paid very low in media. And then if we talk about Kashmir University, yes, Department of Journalism, where we have seen that the women did their masters, but hardly could manage get job in the field as a reporter, and many got absorbed in teaching or somewhere else. I remember my journey some 16 years back when I joined my career in media, although it was a tough one because coming from such a huge background that has a contribution of around 80 years long. So I was in competition with me, with my grandfather, with my boss, with my father. So the challenges were more. So the competition was within its own self than my colleagues, my opponents. But then I tell you, I remember when I joined media, I was really a single girl in the media fraternity in Kashmir, and those days media was more challenging than what we see today. Let me give you an example. Sometimes something happened somewhere. As a media reporter, the first thing was to come and be on the ground. And I was the one lonely girl. And to go with boys, mingle with them because they used to go in groups. It was a Herculean task. And seeing a female reporter on ground, for people it was more like a wild animal coming out from zoo that otherwise was chained in cage. So media has its own challenges, and we talk about media challenges. There are many challenges coming from the society, from your opponents, from your people with whom you share desk, with your family. When I was in print, I was more fond of publishing reports where the corruption is going on. And why I'm quoting this because this will tell you that do you really need a support from the family. I filed series of stories on then Vice Chancellor of Kashmir University, and that Vice Chancellor happened to my father's childhood friend. The one who used to be with my father, my grandmother would raise them together. He used to take lectures from my grandfather. And the shock for Vice Chancellor was not only publishing reports on corruption in Kashmir University, but the reports were having the bylines of mine. So one fine evening, I reached home and I saw मेरे ही घर में चाय पी रहे हैं, समोसे हो रहे हैं और वो जनाब मेरी शिकायत लगा रहे हैं कि देखो जी आपकी बेटी ने ये कर दिया. But yes, as I said, God has been kind. The push was there for my passion, and I continued. Then again, there was a series on corruption in fire service emergency department those days. rampant corruption under one DG's nose. I filed his stories. And you know what he did? He filed stories in different newspapers through his page stooge against my father when he was heading here. अभी दादी तक तो खबर पहुंच गई थी. Now that people have started targeting my father. So I reached home knowing that अब तो गई. Today my father is going to bang me. कि भाई ये देखो क्या हो रहा है. But I am known as my daddy's girl. Instead of just asking me what I'm doing, he said, material or hai, chabo. So that is the push that I need from a family. When you are in this kind of field, when the political security scenario, and yes, when we were working today, the girls in media don't have the pressure coming from the separatists, the Hurriyat, writing against Hurriyat leadership, top bosses of Hurriyat, and challenging their Hartal calendar in 2016. I guess many of the reporters have covered that when we were on the field. So I did receive threats when I challenged the Hartal calendars. I was told by the Hurriyat groups कि इसका बाप आरएसएस के साथ जुड़ा है, हिंदुस्तान का खाते हैं, उनके पैसों पे पलते हैं और हमें कश्मीर में हमारी जमीन पर रख के गालियां देते हैं. So those threats still continue. But that didn't stop me raising questions about the structures that they damaged, burning schools, damaging infrastructure, and killing people on the name of Mukbir, spy agent. And then we talk about the competition that were coming from your own fraternity. When in 2009-10 I raised the issue of domestic violence against women, it was a full-fledged report with all surveys, sport comments, victims' version and other things. One of the known newspaper those days in Kashmir and one of the known columnists, he attacked me. That was the scenario. And he wrote a column against me saying that I am creating a fake news and spreading. She is creating a fear in the society when there is no domestic violence. The topics that I raised then are still appearing in the newspapers of local and national media. And from journey from print to electronic is altogether different. As we know, electronic has its own jargon, and the print has its own priorities. When I joined electronic, everybody, even my own close friends, they said you didn't choose the right profession. And many of the friends said, यार 4 बजे डेस्क पे आती है 9 बजे जाती है यहाँ क्या करेगी यहाँ ग्रेनेड होगा इसको उठाएगा कौन स्टोन पेटिंग होगी इसको पकड़ के भागेंगे कि कैमरा संभालेंगे. So everybody had its versions about me. But then people have been watching me across globe, covering encounters to target killings to line of control to IEDs and other things. Republic has been always leading from the front since it starts its channel in 2017. I am at the line of control. I am near the encounter spots. It's only what matters is that your dedication towards your job. If your dream is, your vision is clear, everything will fall in line because girls in media today have a lot of opportunities. But when we joined, there were hardly support. We used to travel in bus. We used to be on road. There was no WhatsApp. We used to travel for stories 2 to 4 days. But yes, there was a dream, there was a vision. If you have that, definitely, your path will be very easy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Zeenat, for such powerful words. It's true, it is time to break the silence of gender subjugation, and it is women of Kashmir who are the rightful storytellers of peace. The increase in access to self-expression is very empowering tool for women. History has shown that when society becomes victim of violence, it has been the women who have stepped into the political and socio-economic struggle. This brings us to the final theme for today, women, the pillar for Kashmiri society. I would like to request Ms. Safina Beg to please render her thoughts on the power that every woman holds in her being to mold, protect, and nurture the Kashmiri society. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Safina Beg.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you so much. Adab, Assalamu alaikum, Namaskar to everybody. Thank you, Journal, for inviting me. It's an honor to be here. My salute to Captain Panika. I think I'm correct. For your courage, for your determination, and for your dedication. Journal, you have invited us for a very sensitive topic and the topic which is very close to my heart personally. But you have given us 8 to 10 minutes only, yeah? Which is injustice. As a politician, social activist, lawyer, well, अक्सर लोग कहते हैं जो कुछ नहीं बनते तो पॉलिटिशियन बन जाते हैं, जो कुछ नहीं बनते वकील बन जाते हैं. बट लेट मी टेल यू ऑनेस्टली, अगर आप हिस्ट्री को स्टडी करें, अपनी हिस्ट्री को नहीं बल्कि वर्ल्ड की हिस्ट्री को स्टडी करें, तो आप देखेंगे जो अच्छे लॉयर्स होते हैं वो अच्छे पॉलिटिशियंस होते हैं. कश्मीर से बात करूंगी बिकॉज हमारा जो मौजू है, टॉपिक है, ऑब्वियसली कश्मीर की हद तक मौजूद है. लेकिन as soon as we think of Kashmir, we think of Lalgir and Haba Khatun. हमारी सबसे पहली जो पिक्चर आती है, we forget about this conflict, war, anything else. कहीं भी आप कश्मीर की बात करें, आप हबा खातून और लालगीर जो हैं, वो आपकी आंखों के सामने हैं. हबा खातून एक पंडित सेंट and a bridge between Sufism and spiritualism. And Lalgir and Haba Khatun being a very intelligent and very brave lady. Both Kashmiris. One Kashmiri Pandit and the other one Haba Khatun, Kashmiri Muslim. That was Kashmiri culture. And because of this culture, I'm not talking about recreational culture. I'm not talking about that Band, Baza and Wazwan. I'm talking about culture of Sufism, culture of human harmony, tolerance, respect for each other. Kashmiri Pandits and Muslims living together, respect for each other and protecting each other. That is our culture. And because of that culture, जो कश्मीर में फेस किया है सबने, men in uniform and men without uniform. और जितनी औरतें हैं जम्मू कश्मीर की, स्पेशली फ्रॉम कश्मीर साइड, चाहे वो कश्मीरी पंडित हो जो आज हमारे साथ नहीं है अनफॉर्चुनेटली, और कश्मीरी मुस्लिम हो, किसी भी प्रोफेशन में क्यों ना हो, मैं डिस्क्रिमिनेशन की बात नहीं करूंगी, मैं उनकी सफरिंग की बात करूंगी. डिस्क्रिमिनेशन जो है ये थ्रू आउट वर्ल्ड है. अगर हम यूएस जैसे मुल्क की बात करेंगे, दिस इज फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ यूएस वी हैव अ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. But I am a proud Indian because हमारी प्राइम मिनिस्टर इंदिरा गांधी रही है. हमारे यहाँ पर स्टेट में जब स्टेट की एक वुमेन चीफ मिनिस्टर भी रही है. So gender discrimination is everywhere, it's universal. लेकिन मध्यप्रदेश कश्मीर जो सफरिंग्स कश्मीर में रही है, क्या कभी एड्रेस नहीं? जब सफर कश्मीर की औरत ने किया है, ये मेरी बहनें यहाँ बैठी हैं, मैं स्टूड करती हूँ कैप्टन आपको, लेकिन आपको यू आर वेरी एन एजुकेटेड पर्सन, यू गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, लेकिन उनका क्या, जिनके पास ना अपॉर्चुनिटी है ना एजुकेशन, who will take care of them? Who will take the responsibility? So here comes my role as a politician to speak for them. मैं आपको बताऊं कश्मीर की जो स्टोरी है, it's a story of grief, sorrow, pain, और हर घर की कहानी. गालिब ने क्या खूब फरमाया है, जमीन खा गई आसमां कैसे कैसे. कभी कभी मैं अपने हस्बैंड को भी पॉलिटिशियन है और शायद मुझे पॉलिटिक्स का शौक नहीं था, लेकिन वो कहानी मैं आपसे थोड़ा सा ब्रीफली बताऊंगी कि डेस्टिनी आपको जो रोल, जो ऊपर एक एनर्जी है, वो आपसे जब कोई रोल करवाना चाहती है तो सर्कमस्टेंसेस ऐसे बन जाते हैं कि वो रोल आपको निभाना दिस वे ऑफ दैट. मैं आपको बताऊं, मैं यहाँ पे फैज अहमद फैज को कोट करूंगी, वेरी रेवोल्यूशनरी पोएट, मोती हो कि शीशा जाम के दुल, जो टूट गया सो टूट गया, कब अश्कों से जुड़ सकता है। आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड इट, आई डोंट हैव टू एक्सप्लेन। जो टूट गया सो टूट गया। कैप्टन कॉनिका and my other Rasi ladies हैं, कश्मीर की अनफॉर्चुनेट हिस्ट्री की वजह से, जिस मेरी बहन का भाई चला गया, जिस मेरी बहन का हस्बैंड चला गया, जिस मेरी बहन का बेटा चला गया, मेरी माँ का बेटा चला गया, can we compensate that? We can't compensate that. We can't compensate life. We can't compensate it. हमारी कश्मीर में जो है बदकिस्मती से औरतें जो हैं, अगर आप हिस्ट्री देखें कश्मीर की 1947 का जिक्र करूंगी, आपको सबसे पहले उनका जिक्र करना चाहिए था, बिकॉज आई वाज वाचिंग दिस वीडियोस एंड स्लाइड्स। आई थॉट अब सबसे पहले जो कश्मीर की आर्मी, जो औरतों की आर्मी यहाँ बनी थी, वुमेन्स डिफेंस, उसका जिक्र होगा, और वो यहाँ बनी था, जिन्होंने हिंदू और मुस्लिम, जिसमें कृष्णा जी थी जो लीड कर रही थी, शी वाज अ कश्मीरी पंडित, एंड देन ज़ैनब एंड सो मेनी अदर्स, जिन्होंने लीड किया उस वक्त, तो एक कश्मीर की पहली आर्मी, औरतों की आर्मी बनी थी, and they were trained for rifles, that was the first. So we have same determination and grit. Even after 70 years, ये रीजन था कि हम अभी तक सरवाइव कर पाए हैं इतनी डिफिकल्टीज के बावजूद, चाहे वो फाइनेंशियल डिफिकल्टीज हों, डिपेंडेंस की डिफिकल्टीज हों और सफरिंग्स हो, उसके बावजूद जो है कश्मीर की औरत ने सरवाइव किया, बिकॉज उनकी डीएनए में शिविज्म है, स्पिरिचुअलिज्म है, सूफिज्म। इतने हाँ दाएं बाएं से बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स ने, मैं उनका नाम नहीं लूंगी, कोशिश की कि कश्मीर की औरत की सोच को बदला जाए, लेकिन बदल नहीं सके, क्योंकि हमारा जो कल्चर है, हमारा जो नेचर है, ये बाहर के फोर्सेस उसको इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर पाए। इसलिए नहीं कर पाए क्योंकि आप जानते होंगे कि जो सूफी कल्चर सेंट्रल एशिया में है वो बहुत ही मुख्तलिफ है, लेकिन जो सूफी कल्चर हमारा है, इसमें बुद्धिज्म और शिविज्म का बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस है, जिसकी वजह से कुछ भी हो, आप देखेंगे हमारी औरतें यहाँ बैठी हैं, मुख्तलिफ शोबों से हैं, लेकिन इनकी सोच जो है वो बहुत ही लिबरल है और इनको इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर पाए। मेरी ये कैप्टन ने अपनी स्टोरी बयान की। जनरल साहब, मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि आज तक कोई ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म जो है ना किसी एनजीओ ने प्रोवाइड किया, ना गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से प्रोवाइड हुआ, जहां औरतें अपने ओपिनियन को एक्सप्रेस कर सकें, अपने दुख की बात कर सकें, अपनी कोई स्टोरी बता सकें। मैं इसलिए आपको मुबारकबाद पेश करती हूँ, और ये वही माइंड कर सकता है जो इंटेलेक्चुअली बहुत साउंड हो और जिसका दिल बहुत अच्छा हो, ह्यूमन हार्ट हो, जो इस एंगल को टच करे। नॉर्मली इस एंगल को तो पॉलिटिशियन भी टच नहीं करते, लेकिन मेरी गुजारिश ये रहेगी कि आज तक मैं, आई विल नॉट हेजिटेट ये कहने में कि आज जितनी सक्सेसफुल गवर्नमेंट रही, चाहे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में या यहाँ हमारे यहाँ गवर्नमेंट रही, उन्होंने इस किस्म की औरतों को आइडेंटिफाई करके, इस किस्म की ऑर्फन गर्ल चाइल्ड्स को आइडेंटिफाई करके, स्पेशली उनकी एजुकेशन पे अगर उन्होंने फोकस किया होता तो शायद हम कहते हैं कि उन्होंने कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट किया है हमारे लिए। लेकिन आई एम वेरी सॉरी टू से, आज तक अब कुछ आई थिंक कुछ पॉलिसी मेकर्स ने कुछ स्कीम्स तो बनाई हैं, लेकिन इस किस्म की औरतों तक कभी तक ऐसी स्कीम्स नहीं पहुंच पाई हैं। सो मेरी ये गुजारिश होगी कि अपने अपने तरीके से जो जहां जो कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकता है, आपको आगे आके स्पेशली ऐसी बच्चियों की एजुकेशन पे फोकस करना चाहिए और कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि अगर हम इनको प्रॉपर एजुकेशन दें तो सबसे बड़ी इम्पावरमेंट। सर 2011 का सेंसर देख रही थी कल, और मैंने देखा कि बिकॉज ऑफ दीज 30 इयर्स जो हमारे गुजरे हैं, इसमें हमारी जो बच्चियां हैं उनका सिर्फ 57% लिटरेसी रेट है एज कम्पेयर टू मेल जो कि 77% है। क्यों? बिकॉज जो ये 30 साल गए, 30 साल की वजह से हमारी बच्चियों ने एजुकेशन छोड़ दी। मैं गरीब बच्चों की बात करती हूँ, मैं 80% लोगों की बात करती हूँ जो रूरल एरियाज में, मैं उन लोगों की बात नहीं करती जो प्रिविलेज्ड थी लाइक मी। मैं उन लोगों की बात करती हूँ जिनकी कोई आवाज सुनने वाला नहीं है। क्यों? बिकॉज एक तो सोशल इश्यूज थे, एक तो यहाँ पर हालात ऐसे थे जिसकी वजह से उनकी एजुकेशन छूट गई और अर्ली मैरिज हो गया। और जैसे कि जिन्नत ने राइटली पॉइंट आउट किया कि कश्मीर में जो हालात है इसकी वजह से जो बहुत सारे ऐसे इश्यूज हैं, डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस के हैं, रेप के हैं, या हमारी औरतें जो सफर करती हैं वो लाइमलाइट में नहीं आती बिकॉज बाकी इश्यूज यहाँ डोमिनेट कर जाते हैं। तो मैं आपसे गुजारिश करूंगी कि ये जो जेंडर बायस है ये सिर्फ कश्मीर में नहीं है जीनत, दिस इज ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड। ये जेंडर बायस हम तो लगी है कि हमारी बहुत सारी औरतें जो है डिफरेंट प्रोफेशंस में इतना अच्छा कर रही हैं, लाइक जर्नलिज्म, लाइक मेडिसिन, लाइक एकेडमिक्स, यू कैन सी कि कितना अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रही हैं। लेकिन एक ऐसा फील्ड है जो बहुत ही चैलेंजिंग है जिसे हम पॉलिटिक्स कहते हैं, उसमें डेफिनेटली औरतें बहुत पीछे। एक चैनल में जब मुझे बुलाया गया, आई डोंट वांट टू नेम दैट चैनल, उन्होंने मुझे कहा जी औरतें जब पावर में आती हैं तो बड़ी एरोगेंट हो जाती हैं। रियली दिस इज न्यूज़ फॉर मी। And then he mentioned, you know, such Mamta to this that. तो कहा आप क्या कहती हैं कि we don't have participation? We have 6 to 7 ladies. They are doing well. They are dominating this and that. And how many states we have? 29. मैंने कहा oh, 29 states and 3 and 4 ladies of in politics. तो बहुत अच्छी बात है परसेंटेज के मुताबिक। So I'm not in that position. लेकिन अगर in case मैं उस position में होती तो शायद मैं ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर को एडवाइस करती या सजेस्ट करती या रिक्वेस्ट करती कि आपको औरतों को डेफिनेटली जो है प्लीज अमेंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, एंड बाय अमेंडिंग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया प्लीज गारंटी 33% ऑफ रिजर्वेशन इन यूनियन एज वेल एज इन स्टेट्स, बिकॉज आप कितना भी एम्पावर करें जब तक डिसीजन मेकिंग में औरत का रोल नहीं होगा, यू कांट डू एनी जस्टिस टू दिस। इसलिए मैं अंडरस्टैंड करती हूँ बिकॉज आई एम कनेक्टेड टू पब्लिक, आई नो कि किस सफरिंग से गुजर रही है, मैं उनके इश्यूज को ज्यादा बेटर अंडरस्टैंड कर सकती हूँ अपने काउंटर पार्ट से, मेल काउंटर पार्ट से, और उनको मेरे पास आने के लिए, मुझसे बात करने के लिए ज्यादा आसानी होगी मर्द के मुकाबले। सर ये जो जेंडर बायस था, मुझे 2 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा चाहिए क्योंकि अब आपको बुला लिया तो बर्दाश्त करना है। और दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा न्यूज जहाँ औरत और वहाँ खामोशी, so you have to bear with me, otherwise invite me करना। Gender wise जो है मैं अजीब हूँ। Just tell me the history of human civilization, not single man who has not come from woman's womb। ये ताकत तो उस नेचर ने अल्लाह जो है, अल्लाह को, परमात्मा को, भगवान को, ये तो औरत को दी थी ना प्रोड्यूस करने। और उसके बाद आप कहते हैं कि यू नो आप तो कुछ नहीं है, आप तो औरत हैं। आप हमारे नेबर्स कोई और टेक्नोलॉजी बना ले, उसका मैं कुछ कह नहीं सकती हूँ कि औरत के मुंह के बगैर बच्चा हो जाए। आई कांट गिव यू गारंटी ऑन दैट बिकॉज दे कैन डू एनीथिंग, बट वन थिंग इज क्लियर, आपके प्रॉफिट्स भी तो इसी से आए हैं। मोसेस से लेके, जीसस से लेके, राम से लेके, हजरत मरियम से लेके, हजरत फातिमा से लेके, हजरत ज़ैनब से लेके, दुर्गा शक्ति नारी। तो हम कहा आपसे, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि किसी औरत को ये कहने की जरूरत है कि हम कमजोर नहीं, हम सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रांग। क्यों? अगर ये ना होता, जब कोई औरत रोती है कहते हैं कमजोर है, आंसू में, ये नहीं पता है कि ये आंसू की स्ट्रेंथ, इसी से स्ट्रेंथ मिलती है। तो ये जेंडर बायस का जो सिलसिला है अनफॉर्चुनेटली ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड है, किसी जगह ज्यादा है, किसी जगह कम है। तो ये विक्टिम कार्ड को हम खेल नहीं सकते, लेकिन इन अ प्लेस लाइक कश्मीर वी हैव टू प्ले आवर रोल, एवरीवन, एज अ पॉलिटिशियन, एज अ जर्नलिस्ट, समवन फ्रॉम एजुकेशन, मेन इन यूनिफॉर्म। मैंने आपका वीडियो देखा एंड आई वाज लिटिल इमोशनल जहां मैंने आपकी सरेंडर पॉलिसी के हवाले से देखा। आई होप कि ये सरेंडर पॉलिसी कंटिन्यू रहे, मेरी बहन को जो है तकलीफ न बर्दाश्त। आई एम टेलिंग यू ऑनेस्टली माय सिस्टर कि मैं लोगों में घूमती हूँ और मैं देखती हूँ कि 1000 रुपए के लिए, जिसका आप यकीन करें ऐसी औरतें हमारे पास हैं जब उनका विडो हो जाती हैं या फॉर एग्जाम्पल जिसका एक ही सोल कमाने वाला हो, बच्चा चला जाए, 1000 की लिमिट आ जाती है। तो हियर कम्स आवर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी। मैं सबसे गुजारिश करती हूँ कि हमें अपने अपने तरीके से छोटे से एक स्मॉल इनिशिएटिव से भी हम किसी का भला कर सकते हैं। छोटे छोटे इनिशिएटिव से हम अपना, और कहते हैं कि अपने लिए जिए तो क्या जिए, औरों के लिए जी के दिखाइए। तो जीनत आपको ही कम सैलरी नहीं मिलती है, हमें तो एसपीओ से भी कम मिलती है। हमें ऑनरेबल स्पीकर आए थे गुलमर्ग, तो मैंने उनको मुबारकबाद पेश किया कि पंचायती राज एक्ट आपने इम्प्लीमेंट किया है। You know, 70 years of Kashmir history for the first time you have empowered not only this village level पे, but औरत को 1/3 आपने देके सामने लाया पॉलिटिक्स में। It's great initiative, but अब unfortunately मेरे पुलिस यहाँ बैठे हैं तो they are getting only 15,000, so मैं थोड़ा परेशान हूँ कि अब उनको शादी मिलेगी कि नहीं। Because अगर हर चीज को पैसे के साथ जोड़ा जाए तो मुझे लगता है उसमें वो मजा नहीं है। अब मैं ब्रीफली अपनी बात बताऊं, बिकॉज लेक्चर बहुत हो गया। लोग ये सोचते होंगे कि मेरे हस्बैंड डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर रहे हैं, जिन्हें ने बड़ी दफा कवर किया, हमें ही कवर किया। सो शायद उस लेगेसी की वजह से बड़े आराम से मैं आई होंगी और पॉलिटिकल स्टेज पे बैठ गई, और एक सीधी सादी कुर्सी तैयार थी मुझे लेना, क्वीन एलिजाबेथ की तरह, और हम आए और बैठ गए। ऐसा कुछ नहीं। आई एम अ पर्सन जिसने अपना प्रोफेशन छोड़ा, आई एम अ पर्सन जिसने अपनी एजुकेशन छोड़ी विद दिस सेटिस्फैक्शन दैट मैं एक ऐसे इंसान से मैंने शादी की है जो एक एसेट है जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के लिए, और वो कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे। क्या आप में से, मर्दों में से कोई ऐसा एक बंदा हाथ उठा के दिखाए जो अपनी बीवी के लिए ये सैक्रिफाइस कर सकता है? Just tell me one example. लेकिन ये चीज हमें परमात्मा ने दिया। So I was happy, whatever I was doing, मैं बहुत खुश थी, but unfortunately बहुत चीजें होती हैं पॉलिटिक्स में, और मुझे unfortunately मुझे एक बड़ा चैलेंजिंग सा इलेक्शन लड़ना पड़ा। जनरल साहब क्या बताऊं, इलेक्शन नहीं थी, वो कयामत थी। जब कुछ नहीं बनता है तो बहुत इजी होता है एक औरत के कैरेक्टर पे बात करना। बिकॉज मैंने शादी एक बंदे से की, हाईली इंटेलेक्चुअल, सेल्फ मेड, लेकिन एज में मुझसे ज्यादा, बहुत ज्यादा, बट ये डेस्टिनी थी, एंड आई एम ब्लेस्ड एंड हैप्पी, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कि मुझे मौका मिला उनकी खिदमत करने का। लेकिन कुछ यहाँ बचा तो एक ही चीज बच गई। देखो, शी इज वेरी एम्बिशियस। अरे भाई साहब, आप एम्बिशियस है, आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, एम्बिशियस है तो हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स आ गई आपको। एम्बिशियस होना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है, लेकिन ऑनेस्टली कह रही हूँ, ऑन माय ऑनर, इट वाज नेवर इन माय माइंड। लेकिन ये परमात्मा ने करना था, उसने काम लेना था। मैंने इंडिपेंडेंट कॉन्टेस्ट किया अगेंस्ट ऑल ऑड्स। एक तरफ स्लोगन, बिकॉज पॉलिटिशियंस को क्या चलता है रिलीजन में और पॉलिटिक्स में, क्या चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है? सिंपल। तो उस सिंबल की बिना पे 370 सारा मेरे सर पे लगा दिया। जैसे मैं मोदी जी को एडवाइस कर रही थी, सर आप ऐसे करें, ऐसे करें, भाई आप बहुत एडवाइजर है वहां पे, क्या मेरे पीछे पड़े हो आप? सारा कुछ लगा दिया। लेकिन एक चीज याद रखिएगा, जब आपका ज़मीर सही हो, जब आपकी इंटेंशन क्लियर हो, और जब आपने कंट्रीब्यूट किया हो, किसी हद तक तो लोग इतने बुरे नहीं है, भूलते नहीं। और मैंने जितने उन सब लोगों ने वोट्स दिए उससे डबल ले लीजिए। उसने कहा यार औरत के पीछे क्यों चलेगा, आप तो 7 फेरे लेते हो, इनको एक ही लेना पड़ता है। हमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है आपके पीछे चलने में, आपको हमसे प्रॉब्लम है क्या करें? तो मेरी ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि हम सबको मिलजुल के let us hope for the best. Let us be, I am not a pessimist measure, but I'm very optimistic कि इंशाल्लाह ये वक्त नहीं रहेगा, this too will pass, and हम इसमें से निकल आएंगे। लेकिन हमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज दीजिए, और आप देखेंगे खुद की एक औरत जो है, जिसको मौका मिलता है तो वो बहुत अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस बन सकती है। She wore her courage as a crown, and like a queen she walked, conquering the world.
Thank you so much, Ms. Safina, for sharing such an insightful topic. A girl should be two things: who and what she wants. We must reject not only the stereotypes that the others hold for us, but also the ones that we hold for ourselves. Eloquent and empowering. That is how the music of young Humaira Jan has been described across social media platforms. To enthrall you all with her rap skills, I now call upon Miss Humaira Jan on stage.
First of all, myself Humara Jan, and I'm from AGS Magun. Today I got the opportunity. Thank you so much. So I'm a rapper by profession, and I want to give a message to whole society that women can achieve a lot and women can be on the top. So please, I want you all कि मैं मेरा hook बोलूँगी, तो आप लोग भी मेरे साथ थोड़ा सा अगर गुनगुनाएंगे, so please. It's Tamar on the beat. चल आगे बढ़ कर तू पूरे अपने ड्रीम्स सपने होंगे पूरे तो होंगी पूरी तेरी नीड्स चल आगे बढ़ कर तू पूरे अपने ड्रीम्स सपने होंगे पूरे तो होंगी पूरी तेरी नीड्स ए निकलती एक लड़की बहार बनाते हैं लोग गलत विचार बनाते हैं उस पे समाचार जरा अपनी सोच सुन ले साथ लड़के को इजाद और लड़की को क्यों रोकते यहाँ मत जाओ मत कर हर बार उसको टोकते नहीं देखना चाहता औरत को आगे समाज मेरा देखे मेरा कल नहीं देखते ये आज मेरा लोग कहते जमाना खराब बाहर मजा कोई लड़की है कहते घर में 6 बजे की हाजिरी जरूरी है चल आगे बढ़ तो अपनी ये जंजीर ना कर लोगों की बातें माइंड बना अपनी ही तकदीर चल आगे बढ़ कर तू पूरे अपने ड्रीम्स सपने होंगे पूरे तो सर पे चांद और बंदूके सितारे दुआई का सलाम को तो शाउट आउट सारे कश्मीर की पायलट नाम सभी आरा बन गई है आज वो आसमान का सितारा चल आगे बढ़ खोल तू बड़ी ये जंजीर ना कर लोगों की बातें मैं बना अपनी ही तकदीर है तुझ में हिम्मत आसमान को छूने की एक दिन फल जो स्ट्रगल तूने की आसमान में उड़ने का हौसला वही रखते हैं जिनके सपनों में वाकई दम हो At last, I want to shout out to any and every girl. Come on. Shout out to Ruwaida Salam, shout out Sami Ara, shout out to Mahmood Sayyid, shout out to Islam, shout out to Nadia Nikhar, shout out Iram Habib, shout out to every girl, shout out every girl. Thank you so much.
तू शाहीन है, परवाज है काम तेरा, तेरे सामने आसमान और भी है. A huge round of applause for a young rapper here. I would now like to open the stage for perspective of the audience and your stories of empowerment. Speakers are requested to please share their views and own stories. Keeping in mind the limited time we have in hand, in order to have more women sharing their own stories, I request the speakers to please not overshoot their time. We have a first speaker here, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kurat, and I'm a proud student of AGS Marburg, and currently I'm pursuing BCom Honors from Islamic College of Science and Commerce. First of all, I'm very honored to be here and sharing this afternoon with all of you. And my question is for everyone who is present here. And women's rights in Kashmir has been more difficult, and girls are facing so many problems over here. Like they are facing
like after marriage they have to face so many things like dowry system is here, and but at the same time the men, they are treated as high regards in the society. And this is my question to everyone: that why the stereotypes is here? If woman is doing better in everything, in I can say sports, in education, even in armed forces. So this is the whole question for the society: that why the stereotypes is still there, and still we can't do anything about it. Like all that, like stereotypes are all. Like this is my question as like I'm preparing for serious exams right now. I want to make my career as an army officer, and I saw here Captain Mary ma'am. Like I'm very inspired by them when I see all army officers here. These are my inspirations, and I won't say only one thing, that don't look here and there. Just focus on your dream, and one day you will fly. Thank you.
Anybody else who would like to share, please?
Ma'am.
Please, Mike. आप माइक ले लीजिए प्लीज.
I can handle without mic. I have a big mouth. My teacher is here, ma'am Nilofer ma'am. Safina ma'am from Baramulla. Me also from Baramulla.
पीछे वाले आपको सुन पाएंगे.
Okay, I will. Assalamu alaikum to both ma'ams.
Thank you. Walaikum assalam.
I heard a lot of stories from all of you. I just pointed two lines. I think it will minimize the whole concept of this Women's Day. We strong women don't have attitude. We have standards. Increase your comfort zone by training your frontal lobe to handle distress and live a life of your aspiration in order to preserve through the difficulties of our life. We need to pay attention to the level of attraction we have for the values and goals we want to pursue the cherished across this journey. Thank you, ma'am. I'm from ADS Soho. Thank you.
Anybody else, please? Mike.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Shreya Ashram. I am from Patna district of Kupwara district. So today I am going to speak about, like Nam told me, women को 1000 रुपये मिलता है कि widows जब होती हैं. आप मुझे बताइए, मैं ऐसे विलेज से हूँ. I would like to bring it in the notes of Mr. General G.P. Pandey sir. I am from that remote village, commonly known as widow village, where there are approximately 600 women, those who are widows. Can you tell me anyone? आज हम Women's Day पे बात कर रहे हैं. क्या आप में से किसी एक ने भी ये नाम सुना है कि वो एक ऐसा गांव है जिसको विडोज लैंड ऑफ विडोज के नाम से जाना जाता है? नो वन, किसी ने नहीं जाना होगा. लेकिन मुझे आप ये चीज बताइए, 1000 रुपए के लिए वो विडोज जो आज बैठती है. आई एम आल्सो स्टूडेंट ऑफ एसआर स्कूल. व्हाई? सो आई एम थैंकफुल टू इंडियन आर्मी, दोस्त जिन्होंने एक मेरी माँ जो हनीफा बेगम के नाम से जानी जाती है, बीटीसी स्टार करे all over district Kupwara. Those BTCs which were governed by Indian Army. उन लड़कियों तक पहुंची जिनके पास वो privilege नहीं था कि वो अपने पैरों पे खुद खड़ा हो सके, क्योंकि आप सबको पता होता है कि जो रिमोट विलेज में रहती हैं वहाँ की लड़कियों को जल्दी शादी करना या दो ही नाम से औरतों को जाना जाता है. एक तो घर का काम संभालना, दूसरा बच्चे पैदा करना. But no one कोई गारंटी नहीं लेता कि आप एक वुमन उसके पैरों पे स्टैंड करना चाहे. But I am very thankful to my mom who said me, मैं ना पढ़ सकी तू मन लगा के पढ़ा कर, मैं ना पढ़ सकी तू मन लगा के पढ़ा कर, अरे पगली मैं ना उड़ सकी तू तो उड़ा कर. I would like to request you, if you ever could visit that remote village of Dartapura, commonly known as Widowland, you will see there are approximately 6,000 children who are orphaned, and I am
can see. I lost my father in a grenade blast, and then since then, my mama is working in Indian Army and running those BTCs all around the world. And today, most of the girls are earning their livelihoods through these BTCs. And so, thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing. Last mic, please.
Good afternoon to everybody. I am Nusrat Khan from Udi and PhD in Urdu. I want to share a point. Please मुझे chance दे. Okay, thank you. एक्चुअली मैंने ये नज़म समाज के उन अफराद को मद्देनजर रखते हुए लिखी है जो औरत को एक तंजिया निगाह से देखते हैं, इसकी क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं। मेरे बारे में कोई राय कायम न करना, मेरे बारे में कोई राय कायम न करना, मेरा वक्त बदलेगा तुम्हारी राह बदलेगी। हाँ शायद मैं कमजोर थी पहले, हाँ शायद मैं कमजोर थी पहले, लेकिन अब नहीं, मैं अपनी आवाज के साथ हक के लिए तुम सबसे लड़ूंगी। न रहना धोखे में कि मैं कमजोर हूँ, न रहना धोखे में कि मैं कमजोर हूँ। याद रख मेरा वक्त बदलेगा तुम्हारी राह बदलेगी। नज़म पेश करने से पहले मैं कुछ ऐसे शायद पेश करना चाहती हूँ। परों को खोल जमाना उड़ान देता है, परों को खोल जमाना उड़ान देता है, जमीन पर बैठ के क्या आसमान देता है। मिला है हुस्न तो हुस्न की हिफाजत कर, मिला है हुस्न तो हुस्न की हिफाजत कर, संभल कर चल तुझे सारा जहां देखता है। मेरी जिंदगी है मेरे खुदा ने बख्शी है, मेरी जिंदगी है मेरे खुदा ने बख्शी है। तुम अपनी तो जी ले पहले, मुझ पर हक रखने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। मेरा जिस्म है लिबास है मेरा, मेरा जिस्म है मेरा लिबास है मेरा, तुम होते कौन हो मेरे कपड़ों पे कमेंट करने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। 18 की होगी तो जरा संभल के रहना, 18 की होगी तो जरा संभल के रहना, 25 की हुई तो शादी नहीं हुई तुम्हारी, 25 की हुई तो शादी नहीं हुई तुम्हारी। मेरे घर वालों से बढ़कर मेरी फिक्र करने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। मेरी छोटी छोटी गलतियों को तुम मच करने वाले, मेरी छोटी छोटी गलतियों को तुम मच करने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। अपनी इस सोच को बदलो कि लड़का हुआ तो घर का ताज, अपनी इस सोच को बदलो कि लड़का हुआ तो घर का ताज, लड़की हुई तो पराया दर। ये लड़की लड़के में फर्क करने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। मैं ज्यादा बोलूं तो चालाक, ना बोलूं तो गूंगी, पढ़ूं तो तेज तरार, ना पढ़ूं तो जाहिल, घर से निकलूं तो ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस, ना निकलूं तो आई हैव नो कॉन्फिडेंस। मेकअप करूं तो आर्टिफिशियल, ना करूं तो पिंटू, मैं पैंट पहनूं तो मॉडर्न, ना पहनूं तो बुर्का पहनूं तो बैकवर्ड। अपनी राय कायम करने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। मैं किसी की बहन, बीवी, माँ, किसी की बेटी हूं तो इज्जतों की महाफिज, अगर किसी दूसरे की माँ, बहन, बेटी या बीवी हूं तो मुफ्त का माल। इस तरह की राय कायम करने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। मैं मर्दों के साथ काम करूं तो आजाद ख्याल, मैं मर्दों के साथ काम करूं तो आजाद ख्याल, मैं खुद साख्ता रस्मों और रिवाजों में जकड़ी हुई, क्योंकि मैं एक लड़का नहीं, एक लड़की हूँ, इस आजाद मुल्क की एक कैदी लड़की हूँ। मेरी छोटी छोटी गलतियों को तुम मच करने वाले, तुम होते कौन हो मुझे जज करने वाले। और लास्ट में शेयर करना चाहूंगी, मेरे मुकद्दर पे तब तक यकीन है, मेरे मुकद्दर पे तब तक यकीन है, जब तक शहर में फूलों की दुकान बाकी है। अब तो मुट्ठी भर जमीन मापी है इन कदमों ने, अब तो मुट्ठी भर जमीन मापी है इन कदमों ने, मापना अभी तो पूरा आसमान बाकी है। अल्लाह हाफिज, थैंक यू सो मच।
बहुत ही बढ़िया। आपका नाम दोबारा बता दें।
डॉक्टर नुसरत अवान।
डॉक्टर नुसरत अवान के लिए जोरदार तालियां बजाएं। नेक्स्ट माइक दे दीजिए प्लीज। ले लो माइक।
वजूद इज़म से है तस्वीर कायनात में रंग, इसी के साथ से है जिंदगी में सोज़ मेरा। I want to complete all the seminar with the point. Your worth is in the things you do. Your worth lies in you and truth. You go beyond your limits. You sacrifice for that one smile. You are a true mother of substance and a big salute in your life. Happy Women's Day and being so pure and true. Thus, reclaim the wise and break the wise. She's a girl born to live for others, for father, for mother, for husband, for the brothers. Wait lifetime to be fulfilled her small wishes. And sometimes, even before birth, she gets killed. She is deep as ocean with even deeper core. With honesty and belief, one can easily explore. She can be cooler than ice, hotter than fire, deeper than the netherworld, higher than the sky. Yes, she's a girl, the supreme creation you can ever meet. Remember, even paradise lies under the feet.
We have a last speaker, please.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Salam. I'm Ruby Mr. Khan, I'm a media person. I would like to talk about a recent acid attack, जो कि हाल ही में एक महिला पर किया गया, उसको झुलसते हुए, तड़पते हुए सरेराह छोड़ दिया गया. About our laws of our country, which also supports male stereotypes. उस व्यक्ति को अगर 10 साल की सजा भी दी जाए, उसे ज्यादा भी सजा दी जाए, even he will be hanged, लेकिन क्या उस लड़की जिसको अपाहिज बना दिया गया, which has been compelled to go under knife, क्या उसका वो पर्सनालिटी, उसका व्यक्तित्व वापस आ सकता है? क्या हमारे कानून महिलाओं के लिए सच में उनको प्लीड करते हैं, या बस ये अदालत के चक्कर काटने तक की ही बात होती है? उस केस को नो डाउट फास्ट ट्रैक पर रख दिया गया, लेकिन क्या ऐसा अच्छा नहीं होता अगर उस लड़के पर भी वैसे ही तेजाब छिड़का जाता जैसे कि उस बेगुनाह लड़की पर केस किया गया? हमारे माशरे में नाक होती है सिर्फ मर्दों की। ये नाक कुछ ऐसी अजीब और गरीब होती है कि दूसरे की बहन को छेड़ने से नहीं कटती है, अपनी बहन छेड़ जाए तो कट जाती है। दूसरी खवातीन को एक्सप्लॉइट करने से, गलतियां बड़ी बड़ी करने से नहीं कटती है, बस बेटी या बहन की जरा सी गलती करने से कट जाती है। बहन का हिस्सा प्रॉपर्टी खाने से नहीं कटती है, बहन हिस्सा मांगे तो कट जाती है। तो ऐसी नाक का सर समेत, ऐसी गर्दन का सर समेत कटना ही बेहतर है। So raise awareness about discrimination, stereotypes, and this bias. Happy International Women's Day to all of you.
Thank you so very much, every one of you. I would like to request to please give a huge round of applause to yourself for raising above the society's hurdles, for raising above the criticism, for raising above each and every obstacle that the society throws at you, for making a name for yourself in society. A huge round of applause to all the ladies before me. We have among us today a very talented and a budding writer, Miss Abru Bashir, who has penned down shairis and published a book on it. I would like to request Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey, GOC 15 Corps, to please release the book.
I'm so happy that our children from HSS have done extremely well. And I'm so proud of this lovely poem and everything which they have come out. What perfect language, the way it's spoken. I'm very proud of it.
I would now request the co-commander to please felicitate the speakers for today, and also our young rapper Humaira Jan. Humaira? Humaira Jan, everybody. तालियां बजती रहे छोटी सी बच्ची के लिए. Sky is the limit. Miss Nilofer Bhatt. Correct. Dr. Nilofer Bhatt.
Principals, they want a thing. They want a thing.
Miss Safina Beg. Miss Zeenat Fadil.
That's good. I did not know so much about you.
Miss Shiraz Malik. Captain Kanika Costobrane. Thank you, sir. I would now request you to please address the audience.
Actually, I feel humbled today amongst you all. While I knew about the speakers, they will be very eloquent. But some of you who have spoken from the audience, you really amaze me. You're awesome. And imagine a doctor, the way, ma'am, you have spoken and you've given a view about the woman and your empowerment, your presence. Hats off. Hats off. But I also feel empowered. And I feel very proud. I'm so confident now that is these sprouts, this energy which is I've seen here, when spread to entire Kashmir and to our entire country, our path for our nation to have its true place in the globe is quite short. Something which I was about to say in the last, I must say first. This society, a patriarchal society, where people like us are going to be dominating, where the politicians, bureaucrats, religious leaders are all going to be men. My dear women, young girls, ladies, you will not get the space by yourself. The space has to be fought, has to be gained. You will have to take the space yourself. It is us men who have coined the quotes like, behind every successful man, there is a woman standing behind. We have made the rules to ensure that the 50% of our world population, of our country, of our Kashmir is not empowered. Until the time you are not empowered, our society is going nowhere. And therefore, this was said by Dr. Sarish here in the same hall about 10 months back. आपको ये समाज आगे नहीं निकलने देगा, आपको अपना रास्ता खुद बनाना। So Jai Hind to all the lovely ladies and also to some gentlemen. I take this opportunity to wish you all a very inspiring International Women's Day 2022. I'm extremely grateful for your presence here. And I'm so glad that you all came. Safina ji just said that this is the place where we have given a platform for you to speak. Today, in Chinarpur, in almost all schools of AGSS, we are conducting some similar seminars and similar discussions. And so is in other districts also, we are doing the same. And therefore, as I've always said, that we in the army totally understand the value and respect women and their role in the society. And we have made a lot of endeavors, as highlighted by a young child from the village of Darpura. We are trying our best to ensure that women come up front and lead the Kashmiri society to its true destination, true empowerment in our country. As everybody has said, the women are the backbone and pillar of any strong society. They play a very dynamic role in shaping home, society, and therefore our nation's destiny. She is the foundation on which a great country of ours has been built and has to be built in the future. The society can be as progressive as the woman, that is the better half, the 50% of the population is. And the same is true for Kashmir as well. Here, historically, women have played a very key role. As highlighted by Safina ji, that the Women Defence Force of 1947, which actually prepared and trained to contest the tribal and Pakistani army, which are crossing the borders in Jammu and Kashmir to fight them off. Or Lal Dev, the name she has already said, and Kota Rani and Hamba Khatun. They are names by themselves. Their legacies, their saga of bravery, resilience is known to one and all. I feel in Kashmir, historically, the women have played a very important role in spirituality, business, career. Now I see sports, poetry. You have heard fantastic poetry, and I hope in the future in the politics as well. They are our first teachers as mothers, our caretaker, our guide, our refuge from trouble and for peace for the entire life. I am sure each one of us who's a male, when in trouble, seeks that refuge either in her mother or either in his mother or his wife, sister, and even daughter. The women share core values of caring and guiding. It is therefore extremely important that the women empower themselves and ensure girls are provided the best education and equal opportunities. This is, I think, there's about fourth or fifth similar type of event we have done for women. In one of the events, I found a woman who came, a lady who came here, and she said as much. And we made a script by the very famous producer director Onil, in which a number of women have come out who said that we had an ambition to do something, to educate ourselves, to pursue a profession. We were denied. But today, we will ensure that my daughters don't have the similar challenges. And therefore, I see a change. I find that the Mauj of Kashmir, who were denied opportunities due to negative turn of events in the 20th century, I will not restrict to 70 years. I think that entire 20th century has been bad for Kashmir for various reasons, are now inspiring and encouraging their daughters to educate and empower in all matters of life. And I hope they succeed. You, the women of Kashmir, are endowed with a unique strength. You have persevered this entire 70 years or at least this 30 years of absolute recklessness, lawlessness, terrorism which has been here around. But I am sure if you want, you can turn around the situation in Kashmir. It is all up to you. We are witnessing the winds of change. When a Mauj of Kashmir, the mother of Kashmir, asks his daughter to study and get into business and career and profession, I see the changes which is coming. But I think it's very important. Everybody has come here and blamed the men. I think the women are also equally to be blamed for the conditions which are there. As mother, as sister, as wife, you need to train your men, your sons, to respect the woman. A very beautiful line somebody said that दूसरे की लड़की, बीवी is treated like something else, but मेरी नाक का तब पड़ जाएगी जब मेरी बेटी, मेरी बहन के ऊपर लोग गलत निकाल सकें. So first is we need to train you are the ones who have to train. You are the ones who have to educate. Unfortunately, we train our men, our boys differently. You have to train them correctly to remove the bias which is ongoing in our country and more so in our Kashmiri society because of certain reasons which you understand for last about 15 or 20 years what has happened in Kashmir itself. I feel that you alone have the capacity to correct the misguided youth and put them on the right path. You imagine the drug, violence, and the factors of terrorism which are inflicted in Kashmir. I can assure you, you have seen the men destroying Kashmir for last 30 years or 70 years. When you know that your Kashmir, beautiful Kashmir is being destroyed by them, you have to step out and take charge and correct this anomaly. And do so, please. Please understand that on 6th, an example was given by our journalist friend about the acid attack on a woman, on a girl, about a couple of weeks back. Just 2 days back, on 6th March, a terrorist comes and lobs a grenade. We lose a 60-year-old Aslam Akhtubi. We have lost Rafia Nazir, just about 20 years old. They were kith and kin. Somebody was father, the old man was father, husband, brother of somebody, and similarly this young girl was future of some mother and some father. There were people who have been injured. That grenade was lobbed by whom? That grenade was lobbed by again somebody who was a son, brother, or father of a woman of Kashmir. Loss when a terrorist lobs a grenade and there is an injury and death. Who loses? The woman of Kashmir. When the terrorist is killed, who loses? It is woman of Kashmir. If you understand this, and through you, I want to send a message to each and every corner of Kashmir that if you find your son going the wrong path of drug, terrorism, terror, you need to correct him. If you can't correct him, you need to get him behind the bars to be corrected. But you have to ensure that your son doesn't go wrong on the wrong path and is killed eventually by the security forces, or he doesn't hurt some other woman or some other mother, sister, or daughter by death of that by his actions of act of terror. So please find some ways or others to pass this message and correct this anomaly of terrorism in the valley. Also look at some focus on the drug issue. I am trying to send this message from you all because I know that you are, if each lady is able to protect that man who is going on the wrong path in his house, and she can do it, the entire Kashmiri society will change towards positive, and we'll have peace, enduring peace, which will be stable in our wonderful and beautiful Kashmir, which will have its place of prestige, which is always there in our country. I must conclude by saying that you need to reclaim your voice. Again, I want to, nobody is going to let you. You have to fight for it. And please do. Also, take measures to break the bias. Right? And you have the capacity, capability to step up, be a Zenith, be Mrs. Malik, be the Safina, be Mrs. Bhatt, be our beautiful singer, rap singer, and send a message to Kashmir, to our country, and to the world that Kashmiri women are going to lead the way and ensure that durable peace comes back to Kashmir. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I request all participants for a photograph.
But good time, Bella.
Thank you. All the participants, please. Miss Humaira and Miss Abru as well. On the stage for photograph now.
You want to come? Should I be scared?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. And once again, a very, very happy International Women's Day. Please join us for tea outside.